Hi. This video is going to be a little bit different. We're not working on any clothing. I instead am going to be working on a display. If you're not familiar, I make these little ear cuffs, and I have been selling custom orders online. I got into my first artist alley recently, and I've never sold at an in-person event before, so now I have to build my table setup from scratch. I suppose that since what I make are accessories, one could argue that, like, technically this is still in line with costuming stuff. It's just that, like, rather than it being myself, I am instead costuming anybody who deigns to give me money. The bulk of what I have to do is essentially I have to finish acquiring all the things that I need for the table, which is gonna basically just be like a little bit of designing and a lot of making purchases. I need to make all of the product that I'm going to bring, which I think is also going to include designing a couple of new pieces. I need to finalize the table setup once I have everything I need, and then I need to figure out how I am going to pack everything so that I have a good, like, product storage system behind the table. For me, currently, it is mid-August. UMaCon is right at the end of October, so I have a couple of months to get my shit together. I really only have my days off from, like, my actual job to work on this, because I'm also editing the Mithrin video before and after work. So this is gonna be an exercise in time management, which I historically really bad at. Right now, what I think I want to do today is I want to design my signage. My plan is to, like, draw some whimsical little price tags and other informational stuff, and then get them printed somewhere, so I can have them, like, nice and laminated, and then I can back them with something stiff. This, by the way, was an early concept for the table. This was, like, the idea was to have, like, a corkboard kind of, like, tree cut out. I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna look different. It's not gonna look quite like this, but I want to kind of, like, keep this same vibe here. We're gonna have, you know, vines, we're gonna have whimsy. It's gonna be very, like, we want, like, immersion. We want this to be, like, a little fantasy table. By the way, PSA, though, like, if you're making jewelry, and this probably goes without saying for a lot of people, do not buy your silver findings at Joann's. I'm pretty sure these were all, I got these from Joann's, and I used them on my little Soot Sprite cuffs, and these little guys, I have had these made and just, like, sitting in my craft room for, like, a hot minute now, and I come back and I look at them for the first time in a while, and this, I don't know if this is gonna show up very well, but, like, compared to the wire's all still, you know, very nice and silver. The jump rings and the head pins are, like, super gross looking. They're, like, tarnishing. It looks like the plating has rubbed off, even though they've literally just been sitting there. So that's, like, disgusting, and I am glad that I didn't sell all that many of these now, because, that's horrible, and that's not of sellable quality. So, like, Joann's has that, like, Hildy and Joe brand, and that's, like, all of their jewelry stuff, and there's no information about what these are made of, so I don't know what to avoid in the future. I don't know, like, I don't know what the base metal is, and I don't know what they're plated with, so, like, don't buy that shit at Joann's. I'm gonna need to order some more silver head pins with my next bead order. My Fire Mountain Gems order came last night, so I thought I would do, like, a little haul kind of thing. Oh, there are so many plastic bags in these orders, and I don't really like that, but I got more wire, got a new color of wire, which is a different brand. I'm doing a new design for elf ears, and I wanted to try a different color because I've got some findings that are already, like, this kind of, like, antique bronze. Got more beads for Howl, got Oh, these are for that same design. Those are very purple. Got more ear wires. These and these, which are like a smaller version of the same thing. I got some blue for another new design. Oh yes, these I got because they were on sale. I don't need these ones right now, but I want these for Tutu. I'm gonna have a couple of Princess Tutu inspired cuffs for Tutu and Krehi. But that's not for this event. That's gonna be like in the future. But these were on sale, so I got these ones. I got, oh, these also. These bead caps. Little leafy bead caps. And these are gonna go with these. And they're gonna be little berries. These I want to try out as like little blood drops. They're in okay shape. I would like them to have a little bit more contrast between the width here versus the width down here. But I think they're okay. They do get the point across. Oh, and I got my silver head pins because the ones that I have are terrible and they tarnish. And then I've got other things. I got chain. Silver chain for the nymph, and more clip-on hooks. Yeah, by the way, if this is not, like, obvious, I've had people ask me about this before. So, like, the reason I kind of started dabbling in ear cuffs and stuff is because I don't have pierced ears, and I'm actually not really a jewelry person, but sometimes I want to wear stuff, like, you know, and decorate, so the ear cuffs are a solution for that. They don't require a piercing. I've had people ask me about that. And so if you don't have pierced ears, you can wear my things because the point of them is that you don't need the piercings to wear them. And even if I am making like regular earrings, I will always carry clip-on versions. This was $100. If you turn around, guess what? There's a baby. Oh, yeah. My grid wall arrived. I also stumbled across this taro flavored drink in the 99 Ranch Market. I've never seen it before and I'm so incredibly intrigued. Yeah. Oh, it's got a weird... The flavor changes drastically as it goes. Yeah, I'd give it like a solid 7.5 out of 10 maybe. This was an $80 purchase because it was like such a reasonable price and then shipping was $22. And this was still the cheapest option I could find. They've been baking in the sun. Got a thing of these, and then there's like more in this little fucking like dog shit bag. What? Now we have to review them too. They go together easy. Can I put the joints on without significant struggle? Yes! Look at that. No hammers needed. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I was really asking for, is just like, yeah, solid, alright. Additionally, I also went to Joann's for beads, and look at my haul from the floor of the floral section. This is not even like, these are, and this is a mere fraction of what was carnage on the floor. I don't know what they're doing in there, but there are always like little bits of leaves that have fallen off all the little garlands and shit. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why there's so much always. But like every time I go in, I kind of like go and scrounge the floor of this, of the florals. Frankly, I'm doing them a favor by taking all of these because you can't sell this. There's no, like, they're just like, so, you know, I've got lots of little things to decorate my booth with. In case you were curious, yes, this does hurt. I'm like just about halfway through these guys. I've got all the rest of these to bend. I've never done 10 pairs of these all at once before, so I've been at this for about, I think about 4 hours now today. So I've got like a a little dent forming right here. This area is really sore because this is where I press the wire in really hard a lot. And then on this hand, this is the hand I grip these with. And right here especially this is really sore. There's a little bit of a tear forming here too. So yeah, this is why the elf ears cost $50. I have theories about what that means, but I'm gonna use juggling on it. My business cards are here. How fast can I do this before my camera battery dies? I think this is... How many Dorians does it take to open a box? This is probably my bags, and this is my cards. Okay. The colors aren't perfect. That's basically as I expected, and it's a little bit cut off. I think they used the wrong proof. I had two images going, because this is not supposed to be cut off. Like, I clarified a bunch of times which one I was supposed to do, and then it's okay though. It's not the end of the world, and I'm not going to reorder this. It was supposed to have this kind of proportion, and so I added more around the edge so that it would account for the bleed room, and then I think they still used the wrong proof again because the top of his head is cut off. And then I also got glassine bags, and I got some craft paper bags that are a little bit bigger. Exciting. I love packaging. Sorry if I look insane with the curlers in, by the way, but this is what it's like having straight hair. Okay, so my plan for, like, displaying the actual products is, like, I have, like, a bunch of fabrics that I've, you know, accumulated that are, you know, a good size. So my plan is I want to, like, attach the cuffs, like a display piece of each cuff to the fabric and have the fabric hanging off the grid wall. And the way that I've determined is going to be the best way to do that is by attaching buttons to the thing. And then I can have little bits of elastic on the grid wall itself. I've got bits of elastic looped here. And then we can just loop those on the back and it will remain secure. And it's going to look like that, which is really nice. I was initially thinking of, like, doing magnets or something, but the roll of magnets that I have is not super strong. And I've also got these guys. These used to be a nano cube, and I think I'm gonna use these for my like labels, like for like the categories of cuffs. Really just like hot glue some of these guys to the backs of my label cards when I have them printed. Taken a minute to kind of mock up my display a little bit, just sort of just get an idea of like what I'm working with, and maybe if I like need to try to bring more shit. I think it's okay. I was worried it was gonna look really like dinky because I don't have a lot of stuff to bring right now. I would like to expand this in the future, absolutely. But right now I'm just bringing like 4 types of product. So there's not really, I was worried I wouldn't be able to like fill the space of a 6-foot table. But this is kind of gonna give me an idea of like how much more signage I need to make, how many more of like these I need to finish. So this is the idea. Will you all look at this for a moment? If I do this, if I'm stitching for a bit, and then so when it slowed down there, that's when I took my foot off the pedal. So I take my feet completely off the pedal, and then it just like keeps going for a couple of stitches, and I don't, what purpose could that possibly serve to anybody? It's like, no, like, why don't you stop when I've told you to stop? What the fuck? Final review. This sewing machine is the worst device I have ever had the displeasure of working with. I hit the foot pedal once. Give it a little tap for 1 stitch. It arbitrarily gives me 3 to 5. I, like, bitch, what the fuck? I have a lot more time than I thought I was going to, so I'm dyeing my hair. I feel so weird taking like so little in terms of like clothing and like personal items. Like I've got hair and makeup stuff, and I've got accessories, and I've got a couple fruity little outfits, but like it's like I'm so used to cosplaying at any event that I'm going to, so my like scale of reference is like so many outfits and like everything with like many different elements and like 3 pairs of shoes, and like it's not that much. Yo, this room is kind of adorable. Like, look at this, like, fruity little decor. Like, it matches my suitcase. Do you know, I've actually never spent, like, a weekend somewhere, by myself. Never done a con solo. So this is new for me. And I think, you know, I'm doing okay.
I guess you should come on some more and find out.
I spent forever fighting with my hair, and now I'm kinda late. It has been very slow. A lot of artists have packed up early, including both of the artists on either side of me. I made back my table. I do not think I am going to make back the hotel expenses. I look like such an evil boy. What the fuck? Well, life update. I made more sales today than I did yesterday, but I didn't sell any elf ears today. So people there were more purchases today, but there were less like the sales were smaller. I did not make my hotel back, but I made more today than I thought I was going to, because I thought it would be much slower today, because generally as conventions goes, Sundays are usually the slower days, slower than Saturday, at least from what I'm used to, which is mostly just fanime, but the noise you hear in the background is the ambient sound of everybody packing up early, because there's like no attendees left. I also did some shopping, and I got a couple of little items, and they're cute. And I also made some friends, and they gave me sticker shit. Okay, so I bought this one, and then they gave me this one with the girls, and they gave me a brush bug one. Here are the closing thoughts. I did not break even at this con. That's not because of anything that I could have helped. It's just that, like, attendance was quite low. And I don't think probably anybody broke even at this con. I made my table back, but not the hotel cost, and I think there were a lot of people that were in a similar kind of situation. I still found it to be an experience that was valuable in terms of like learning. Nothing went catastrophically wrong. I feel much more prepared for doing events like this going forward. I'm really happy with how my display looks, and getting to sort of test it out and have it go very smoothly is like, you know, good. I have noted some adjustments that I might want to make for signage. I got to sort of like practice a little bit with like figuring out like what timing is good for when I want to like greet people who are like coming up and looking at the table, because that's something that's like, it's a little bit awkward. If people are kind of just like off to the side, it seems a little weird to be like, you know, like looking, but also after a certain point it's weird to not speak to them, so timing that is harder than you would think it is, at least for me. And I have customer service experience, but none of it has ever been quite like of that exact nature. It's not like you greet somebody when they walk in the door. It's like they kind of come up and are like wandering and slowly moving past your table, and it's like, okay, there's a window of time where it's not weird to be like, hi, you know. I may or may not go back to this con next year. I might do it if it like goes back to being a single day event, because really that's where my costs all went, is to the hotel. My general like overall startup expenses for things like my business cards, my grid wall, my card reader, etc., including like material costs for everything that I've made, is about $500. The con expenses were another like 500, like it was like 532 or 532. So like total startup expenses were about 1,000. I made $340 in sales, so hopefully I can catch up to that a little bit. Additionally, of course, if you would like to support me at all, I'm going to put at least most of my leftover product on my shop. I'm gonna be putting my designs that I made for this con up there, and they're gonna be like default things that you can select. Hi, do you have any opinions? How does my outro go? That is everything I have for you at the present time. If you stuck with me through the whole video, thank you very much. If you're new around here and you liked it, I'll invite you to subscribe. I upload like once every couple months. Kinda. Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you for hanging out with me as I try something new. I will see you again next time if you come back for more. I don't know. I'm not your dad. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Bye.